Alrighty, this is the video replay analysis for P4 line. Alright, starting items, 2 sets of tangos, good. Salve, good. 1 of each ward, good. Fairy Fire, bad. Iron Branch, bad. Okay, so you've left yourself 140 gold, which is kind of interesting. You could have skipped the Fairy Fire and had that magic stick already. You just skipped all the extra stuff and had a windlace. Alright, so we're posturing for the rune. Nothing happens here. You're not placing your ward. So at this point where everyone's sort of posturing in this mid area, like people are playing kind of, let's see, where's my damn cursor there? They're kind of playing in this area. This is a good time, especially since we're not invading, for you to go place your ward wherever it is you want to place it. Either, put it up where it's in the lane and you can snipe couriers, put it to block a camp, put it to just show rotations, whatever. You don't want to walk to lane holding an observer ward, because then they're going to have a better idea of where you place it. Whereas if you've already placed it, then they have to guess based on sort of how you play for the next couple minutes. But if they see you at any point in the lane, then they can kind of guess, based on how far you can move and how quickly it disappears from your inventory, wherever it is, and you're basically giving away a free D ward here. So this is a poor use of your time. You should be going up to D ward, or D ward, you should be going up to ward if you're not contesting a rune. Alright, so we're hanging out, everyone gets their runes, whoop-dee, we go to lane, good stuff. Alright, you do have items in your quick buy this week, I think. Last week you may not have had them, so this, if I remember correctly, then that's a good improvement. And if it's not you, then I'm misremembering and thinking of someone else. Alright, so you're over here, you don't see a support, you need to go do something. You need to go place these wards. Okay, so you walk up, you see the support, and now I don't even know what you're doing here. AA walks around, you could have gotten a double stun there, one random right click. What are you holding this observer ward for? You're now a minute into the game. Next 12 seconds, the small camp's going to spawn, so if you don't block it with the sentry ward, then that's a problem. Unless you're using it to de-ward your own hard camp, which is, okay, useful. But you really need to place these wards, so holding on to them at this point is extremely inefficient, and it's more likely to get them denied. So this is a waste of time. Right click the Wraith King if you're just going to hang out here. Yep, go ahead and throw some right clicks on him. Why are you running from the AA? Walk up to him, right click, stun, eat a tango, continue to right click. There you go. Right click, eat a tango. You should be eating a tango. You should be eating a tango as soon as you start trading, and sometimes even before you start trading. Okay, so right here, we're at 110, we're past the minute mark. It's important that you check these camps, and that's good that you've done that. So you've walked back here, you see that your hard camp is here, so you know that AA didn't block this camp beforehand and ruin this one, so that's good. Now your sentry ward is worthless, because, if the AA was trying to block this camp and he fights you over this one, that's good. AA didn't have anything when he was down here. You may have checked that he had the sentry ward, but you know that this area is clear. So now you need to do something with your wards. Maybe he's got an observer out watching you, maybe he doesn't. But the longer you hold these, the more time you're wasting. So you need to have blocked that camp, and he's going for a pull now. So it's now 117. This is the time where the hard support is going to try and pull this camp to meet this wave. So at 17 seconds, he pulls this up, it goes into this wave. You have to be in this area at like 15, 16 seconds so that if he aggroes this camp, you can then also aggro that camp. And then after he right-clicks it, you right-click it. Instead of the creeps following him, they change their mind and they follow you, and then he doesn't get the pull completed, and these creep waves will continue marching down the lane, and they'll go to your Mars. So you need to be in this area at 15 seconds unless you plan on doing a pull yourself. But the thing is, you can't pull this camp unless you've blocked this one. So pulling equally is okay, but your creeps are already here. Mars is already fighting some creeps here, so if he wants, he could actually take these 3 creeps, walk them back here, and then hold them in front of the tower on this tinker face, and then these creeps would eventually walk up and he can hold the whole thing in place. So you pulling here is less efficient because you need to be aggressive. You're kind of, I guess, playing it as a 5 right now, but you need to play this a little bit more aggressive. The top priority is to deny this camp and make Wraith King's game worse. Your purpose in this lane here is not to make Mars's game better at the cost of letting Wraith King's game be fine as well. So if Mars's game has to suffer a little bit so that Wraith King's game suffers even worse, then that's the play. So you really need to block with this, but let's see if you pull it, which I guess might be useful too. Okay. 16, 17 seconds, you don't pull. Okay, so you realize Mars is pulling the creeps back and the pull is worthless. Should have realized that earlier, but okay, better late than never. You go back up to try and contest. AA's here, you need to start trading. So right-click stun. Okay. See, now that you're here, AA knows exactly where you're warding. That was the most worthless warding possible because you didn't do it early on. AA saw you right here. He saw your inventory. He didn't click on you, so he was probably checking what your inventory was. The next time he sees you, he's going to know that you only have the observer ward, and the sentry's gone, and he's going to immediately know that this camp has been blocked. So AA is going to come over. AA has a sentry ward waiting for you to block this camp, and now you're going to miss your chance. So you could do this at the 1 minute mark, and that way you guarantee that it doesn't spawn if you've already blocked it. But here, he's going to deward it anytime he wants to, and because there are creeps in the camp, there's no penalty for him to, just deward it at his leisure because he still has a pull. He can pull these vols in and they'll wipe out a full wave. So you dewarding here or you blocking here at this moment is incredibly obvious, and AA knows it. He already knows what happened. Okay, second part is you put the observer ward down in the lane, which would be okay if you had done it early and they wouldn't be able to see it if you think you're going to go for couriers. But the problem is you've now placed both wards so fucking close together that when AA comes up here and he drops his sentry right here, he's going to see this and he's also going to see your observer. So you basically just killed your observer for free because you put these two wards within blocking distance of each other. The better play is to put the sentry ward down here on like this corner or this corner, and then put this observer ward up here, because then his sentry ward is only going to kill one of them. But I bet you, based on where you've placed these and where he's seen you, I'd be very surprised if AA doesn't get your observer ward for free. All right, so there he is, stun, right-click stun. Okay, I'm just trading right-clicks poorly, but all right. AA's got his sentry, he's coming out, and you need to be close. When AA drops this sentry, you need to kill it immediately. Okay? He tries to stack the camp, you block it, that's good stuff. No, you need to go block. Okay, you fucked that up. So right there, he attacked the camp, you were doing your thing, that's fine. This guy just got hit here. Let me see if he pulls it out. Yep, so he still managed to pull. So you left too early. You had the right idea, and you were in that camp. You didn't let him pull the beginning out because it was too early, but because he started the pull attempt so early, the creeps were still attacking him, that at the 47-second mark, when the creeps were in the right area, he still got hit by one of them, and so then the whole creep, or the half of the wave, ended up getting pulled anyway. So you played it too late. So right here, good. You're standing in the way. You're letting these creeps hit you. That's good. You need to stand here and let these creeps hit you for another 2 seconds. You running away means the creeps aggro back onto the AA and they complete the pull. So just stay here a little bit. It sucks. You're going to lose a little bit of life because they're going to hit you for, whatever their 30 damage is, a little bit. You're going to go down 100 health. But it's important that you continue to block the pull here. So right here, they aggro back up to AA, and now you've missed the pull. Or you've missed preventing the pull, and you allowed him to pull. You also missed the chance to stack. So you ran away down here. Now you're down here at the 53-second mark being useless. Why not stack this camp? This camp is stackable at the 55, 56-second mark. So you could come up here, eat one of these tangos. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. And then aggro this camp and walk it out any direction, left, right, up, whatever. This camp is, extremely easy to stack. This has a pretty good leash distance, and you can stack it all 3 directions. But for some reason, you're just up here kind of dancing around, watching these creeps go back, and you missed a perfectly good opportunity to double stack this hard camp, which would have been very valuable. All right, so you're going up, going to try and get a last hit. You got what looks like a last hit there. You missed one, you missed another one, you missed another one. Okay, so you gave up a lot of last hits right there. Okay, you missed that last hit too. That's surprising. So now that you're bringing these guys down, bring them all the way back to the wave. Good stuff. Eat a tango. So you're running away half health. You got tangos. You're going to continue to take damage. You're not going to get up to full health and get the regen. So eat this tango early. You should already be munching on this one right there in that tree. All right, bring it back to the wave. Eat the tango. You've got a lot of money saved up here, and because you're at 488 gold, it looks like you're rushing straight into brown boots. And that's wrong. So you need to buy the windlace first. You will almost always see supports buy the windlace first because the small bit of movement speed you get from this is enough to have an advantage. You don't need to have a lot of movement speed. You just have to have enough that you have an advantage over the other person so that you can run them down if you want to. The other thing you want is the magic stick here so that you can start building up some charges so that later on in the lane you're doing fine. The boots of speed is really for supports where you really need to run out and catch somebody, or you need to cover long distances to courier snipe, or for some reason your positioning is extremely crucial, like Tiny. If you're playing support Tiny, then you want to get Boots of Speed because you actually have to stand like on top of the enemy hero in order to toss them back to your teammate. But for you, you should never be going Boots of Speed first, ever. So this saving up all this money is really bad. You should already have the first two components here on their way. So you should have bought Magic Stick, bought Windlace, that's $450, and your courier should have been on its way like 5 seconds ago. Alright, so now oh wow. So you planted a branch and you ate it with the Tango. So you need the branches anyway because you're going to buy a magic wand. The branches do give you a little bit of stats. Eating the branch for regen is helpful if you really need the regen and you don't need the branch and you have a limited number of Tangos. And the only situation where that exists is mid. If you get the magic trees for free because there's like a hoodwink in your lane, that's cool. But new rule, the same way Joe Fitz is banned from buying fairy fires, you're now banned from buying magic ironwood branches at the beginning. So you need to not spend 50 gold for one Tango. So if you find that you're in lane and you need more regen, first off, you should have a fucking magic stick so that if there's like a gank attempt on you or they just dive you, you have like an emergency stash. This magic stick actually functions in the proper way that you think the fairy fire is supposed to work. And you're supposed to be spending more money on Tangos. So you don't just buy 2 sets of Tangos and then call it a day. You are supposed to buy Tangos at the beginning of the game, buy as many as you think you're going to need, and then as you take more harass than you expect because you're losing trades, you buy another set of Tangos and you ferry it out. So you should be having like 4 sets of regen come out to you in lane, whether you buy them initially or whether you buy them later on the courier delivers them. You should lane with 4 sets of regen, and that's salves or Tangos. So that can be 2 salves, 2 Tangos. That can be 3 sets of Tangos, 1 salve, whatever. But just kind of get it in your head that that's like the average number. And if you buy less than that, then you need to either be stomping the lane and they're not even trying to damage you, or you screwed up and you're not trading enough and you should be doing more damage and you should be trading more in the lane. But Tangos are only 90 gold for 3, but when you use an Ironwood branch, you double 1 Tango for 50 gold. So you're basically paying 50 gold for something that's only costing 30 gold. Huge mistake, because then you don't have the other 2 Tangos that are left over in the pack, so you actually can't give one to your carry or your core or use another one later. You've wasted the stats that you had in the first 2 minutes of the game where you got, whoop-de shit, an extra 2 damage, or 1 damage in this case. And it's just a terrible way to use your money. And now, because you were planning on buying a magic wand, you have to rebuy the iron branch again if you want. So you're not allowed to buy iron branches anymore, unless you're buying them to complete a magic wand. And it cannot be in the beginning of the game. You cannot start with iron branches anymore. And just remember or plan on 4 sets of regen unless the lane is going fantastically well. Start with 2 or 3 and then ferry out the extra 1 or 2 depending on how the lane is going. If you're dominating, don't bother ferrying out and go straight for your magic wand or your windlace or whatever. Alrighty, so you don't know where he is, you're not doing much, you see AA, okay, cool. Big stun. Nope, okay. That was too late, but okay. So, nice idea. Okay, good. Spear into the tree, that's really good. Ooh, Mars whiffs his God's Rebuke, so that's probably a missed kill there, but it was nice that you went for the stun. Deny that. Okay, he's got it. You need to be using your Sav or a Tango. Use the Tango, which is not as ideal, but okay. Yeah, you're bringing out the Boots of Speed first item. Don't do that anymore either. Alright, so nothing's going on. A is missing. You can go for a pull or... Okay, so this camp is blocked. You don't need to be here in this area. I don't know why you're running to this camp. You blocked this with a sentry. For some reason, the AA hasn't figured this out yet and hasn't bothered to deny it. You do not need to be in this area. So your guy's actually getting dove. And there's no reason for you to come over here and look for this. You haven't seen a courier pop on the mini-map, or like you don't see the white dot of the courier moving. Like see these little white dots, those are couriers. So if you see a white dot, that's not a hero, it's a courier. But you haven't noticed that yet. There's no courier coming any other way, so there's no reason for you to exist here. You don't want to try and like predict a courier and think, oh, well, I expect Wraith King's going to have a courier about now, so I'll just play over here. No, that's wrong. You need to be close to your lane so that you can continue to put more pressure on the Wraith King and the AA and try to get kill attempts. You and Mars should be going for kill attempts on an AA Wraith King lane. AA Wraith King is extremely weak in lane. Mars Lion is extremely strong. So we're going to have you guys practice this lane combo in pubs or in scrims or something, because you guys should be going for kills basically as often as Dazzle Ricky you're going for kills. So this whole early game should be favored towards you and Mars. But if you play out here on the far side of the map where your lane is over here and you're doing nothing right now, then you're giving away that advantage. All right, so you realize that nothing's going on here. He tries to use a Fairy Fire. He also screws it up and is wasted. Good double stun. So if you can never hit both enemy heroes with a stun, you should usually do it just because it's good damage. So you get the 160 damage instead of just 80, and then that doubles even more. So next level 280, and then after that 400. So it's a lot of good stuff. Yep, try to go for a last hit. Good stuff. Deny, whatever. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Drain some mana. So when you're sitting in a lane here and it's a little passive, if you're not going to be able to outclick the Wraith King, which is the case here because Wraith King probably has a Quelling Blade, of course he does. He's doing 71 damage. You have no Quelling Blade, so you do 55 damage. So he's got a significant damage advantage over you. You're also playing really fucking far away. So Wraith King is standing right on top of the creeps, and you're trying to right click over here, and all that's fine. So it's a nice idea for you to try and go for some last hits and denies, and eventually you're going to get a couple. As Mars TP's in and Mars is about to come back, you need to go for the stun and then mana drain, because mana draining is basically resetting your own stun. You mana drain, 20 mana a second, and it only costs you 70 mana to throw your spell. So you only have to mana drain this guy for 3 seconds, and you get a free Earth Spike constantly. So you should be throwing Earth Spikes over and over and over again this early lane off cooldown. Every 12 seconds, you should throw the Earth Spike mana drain combo, because you stun him for 1.5 seconds, and then you mana drain him. And if he doesn't immediately run out of the mana drain distance, he probably is going to be within your distance for another 1.5 seconds. So, you stun him for 1.5, so that's free mana draining right there, and then he's walking around in the area for 1.5, so you're basically getting all the Earth Spike mana back over again. So you really want to keep doing this as constantly as you can to harass. It's a really big part of playing line in the lane, is mana draining every chance you get. Just even if you already have full mana, just pull theirs and then waste your mana on waste it, quote unquote, throw a stun, trade that mana for damage, and then take more of their mana away. So, the enemy laner should be playing with no mana the entire time. Like after level 2, this guy should have no mana at all. You guys should be constantly stealing it from him. He should have to cast Wraithfire Blast to try and last hit secure creeps, and he should be having a terrible time here. Alright, so go for a deny, you miss it. Okay, prepping that creep is absolutely wrong. You should never right-click to prep that creep. And now you're walking away. So you walk all the way around here. This was your chance to go 2v1. AA is missing. AA is doing something else. That was your chance to, right-click him. The Wraith King throws his stun and then walks away because he used the stun to secure one more last hit, and now he's going to walk away because he knows he's in a bad position. You need to be forcing at that point, so if Wraith King doesn't walk away, you can then stun and continue to mana drain, and Mars gets another spear into a tree. Maybe he doesn't miss God's Rebuke and you actually get the kill this time. So if Wraith King realizes that and then starts running away, then you can go do whatever it is that you want to do on this side. But right now, this is not aggressive enough. You guys are just passively letting Wraith King beat you in lane. Alright, so 55 seconds, you're going for a block, you're going to stand in the box. Good stuff. You stood in the block, you blocked it. That's actually a good use of your time since you made it over there. Okay, right click on the AA, worthless. He does way more damage than you on the right clicks. You got to get the stun. If you want to trade with him, it's got to be with the stun. Okay, you're bringing all this back. Big stun to protect him. Okay, nope, too late. Okay, so if you were in position and you stunned immediately when the Mars was getting gone on, that's cool. Now you're stunning way too late. You're like a whole second and a half late. And because you've done this, Mars is way back here. Mars is like, fuck it, I already fucking lost this trade, I'm leaving. He wants to drag these creeps back so that he gets perfect lane equilibrium, like right here. You're ruining that because you've now gone in for a stun. Yeah, cool, you got, 140 damage on the Wraith King, but now you're going to take more than 140 damage in turn because the Wraith King's going to turn and right-click you. Wraith King has his stick. All 4 of these creeps are going to start hitting you, and you're going to lose this trade because Mars decided he's out. So you got to be careful with using the stun if it's too late. If the target backs out and they start walking away from the lane and Mars starts walking away from them, you've immediately lost the chance. You know, these two guys are running away from each other. That's not a time to throw your stun, because then you're just, you know, throwing it out and you're going to trade too much damage for yourself. If there weren't creeps here, if you had actually stunned from the tree line and the creeps continued to follow Mars, that would be okay, because you would be 1v1 with the Wraith King. It would be a good trade mana for damage, but the reason why this is bad is because of these creeps here. You don't have your Trank Boots yet. You're not going to have them for a little bit. You've used all your tangos. Somehow you still have your salve, but you're going to take way too much damage here, and this is just not a good spot. Alright, so you run away, you realize it's not a good spot, you bring the creeps back. That actually didn't work out too bad. Alright, now get out of the back box. Okay, so we just talked about this on the P5 video. You probably didn't watch it, but basically in the lane, the creep equilibrium is like somewhere here. So let's just say there's creeps here, they're fighting. This box behind the creeps in wave is absolutely off limits. So you are not allowed to play in this box at all during the laning stage unless you are saving your core when he is getting dove. So if Mars gets dove here and he starts running back to the tower, you can enter this box to save him. But otherwise, you are not allowed to be in this area because you are absolutely worthless here. You're not harassing. You're visible to the enemy heroes, so you're not providing a threat. You're not stacking, you're not pulling, and you're within creep experience range, so you're sucking XP from your Mars so that he gets his level sooner. So your play area is on the side. This is where you need to play. This is your zone. You want to be all the way on the side here. You want to be trying to deny these creeps from over here. You want to be throwing your stun and trade with the AA. You want to be pulling. Or, if none of that's possible, you need to be able to then quickly run out to this position so that you're not sapping the XP from the wave. And then when you're out here on the side, maybe not like this position, it's far back, but maybe over like here. And then when Mars is ready to go back into the lane and maybe be aggressive, or you guys are ready to be aggressive together, then you swoop back in, but you're not taking XP. But this central box right here is just completely off limits to you for the laning stays unless your core is getting dove. All right. You got enough for your magic stick, you send it out, or not. Okay, so this is a mistake. You put the magic stick on the courier and you didn't send it. So it looks like you're trying to afford another 200 gold item, and that's wrong. You need to be sending your courier out sooner because these small items are what make the difference in your trades. And it's nice to, you know, have your courier show up with a nice big expensive item, but you don't have that luxury. You don't need tranks, so you don't need to like try and save up another 500 gold or whatever this is to try and finish out the tranquil boots. You have a salve, you have a fairy fire. You're misusing the fairy fire because you're not getting any value out of this so far. The salve is not being used, even though you've been, you know, low enough to be salved a couple times. You just kept using tangos instead, and you know the magic stick is going to give you that extra like 75 or 90 mana and health, so that you can actually enter a trade and try and man fight these guys, you know, 2v1 when the AA leaves, or better yet, when the AA is out of position. So you need to send these items out sooner and stop trying to buy multiple items on the courier and bring them all out together. Alright, again, you're in the useless box. Useless box. Okay, this is better. You're in the zone. You're in the zone. Good. You're in the zone here. You're running away. I don't know why you're running out here, but, you know, whatever. What are you guys doing? Why are you dragging them off to the right? Mars should be pulling them into the center. You going out of range for XP is okay, but you know you should then be curling around to either soak XP from this hard camp, which the Wraith King is very clearly and obviously farming right now, or get vision on them if they try to go for a pull or a stack. Okay, see now you pulled this other creep back. Why are you right-clicking? That right-click was wrong. So this creep saw you here, and so you tried to bring it back to the wave. That's cool. You then right-clicked a creep here for no reason. Absolutely wrong, absolutely terrible play. So you made that creep weaker, that makes the whole creep wave weaker, and that means these creeps are going to then die faster and your creep wave is going to push. You absolutely should not be hitting these creeps here for no reason when nothing's going on. So maybe it was a misclick, you didn't do it again, but you got to stop doing that. Big stun, okay. So that was your chance right there. Wraith King walked up. It looked like he was trying to go for a deny. You throw your Earth Spike there. He gets stunned. Mars walks up a little bit, spears into this tree right here. You continue to hex. You have 2 points in Spike. That's okay. That's not great, but whatever. You have 2 points in Spike. So then you start mana draining. As soon as he hits the tree, Mars hits the Rebuke. Wraith King's dead right here. So that's a big misplay from you guys. Big kill opportunity. Okay, you still have the right idea. Okay, so that's a misplay from the Mars. So you did your part right. You stunned him. The Mars was stunned for a little bit, or the Wraith King was stunned for a little bit. Mars should be spearing him to get the kill here. He went for the rebuke instead. Okay, he does go for the spear. That's fine. Everything works out in the end. So you guys could have killed him on the first time he did that, but the fact that you did it on the second time is good. So excellent kill, excellent combo with your 2 spells. I was a little hasty in judgment, thinking you guys had screwed it up. You need to be pulling this wave right now, so you missed an opportunity right here. So this wave is coming out. This is going to be killed in probably like 5 seconds or so. You need to be standing here for a pull, unless this creep wave is gone. No, I see the Z's. So these Z's mean someone is snoring. So these creeps are asleep. So there's creeps. There are creeps in this camp. You walked right past them. You need to be ready to pull them out to this wave. So Mars can try and hold these creeps in position, but it's not going to work. These creeps are too low. He nuked them accidentally with his God's Rebuke when he went for the, or incidentally when he went for the Wraith King kill. It's nice that you're up here to do a whatchamacallit, but there's no blocker pull, so the timing is wrong. And again, like with the other support video, remember these numbers. These are the 2 most important fucking numbers for support. 17, 47. 17 and 47, the 7s after, are the times where this creep camp, and any creep camp, any creep camp, Radiant or Dire, safe lane or off lane, any combination of those can be pulled vertically or horizontally into the lane for a pull. So for this one, it goes this way, and then for the camp over here, it goes this way. 17 and 47, all 4 camps and all 4 corners of the early laning phase camps. So just remember that. So because you started coming up here and it was like 22, there was nothing going on. Maybe he had pulled it, and I guess you were going to try and like contest one of the last hits after you got there or something. That would have been okay, but there was no way that he was going to stack it, and the pull timing is off, and so you're actually wasting your time here, whereas you want to be getting ready to pull this double stack camp into your own wave so that Mars can deny an entire extra wave on this AA. Oh, and by the way, you have a creep up here, so you actually see AA, and you know this entire fucking time, based on your minimap, you should be looking at this minimap, that AA is actually in lane, so there's actually no chance that AA is pulling this camp because your range creep ran up to hit him. So you're just wasting your time right now, and this is just inefficient. Alright, so let's see if you pull this camp here. Should be pulling it right about now. No, you're just hanging out, not doing anything. You got your magic stick, that's cool. Okay, so the creep equilibrium is pretty good. You should be going for a kill here. Oh, you're going for mid rune. Okay, that's good too. Going for the mid rune because I told you to do that and deny the TA. Her game is good stuff. Okay, so you got the mid rune. You're running back with haste. This is kill potential. If you don't get a kill here, something's wrong. You need to be running into lane to aggro. Okay, so that was a mistake. So you got a haste rune. Cool. You're super speed. You run up here super speed. You get to this camp. You see that the camp was pulled out. So these double hard camp creeps were here. You saw that they were pulled out to here. You didn't see the AA, but because these creeps were out here, you know AA fucking pulled them. Okay, cool. This is your chance to go kill the Wraith King. You should have ran right through, so let me rewind like 10 seconds. Try and run this again. Where are you? Okay, you're right there. Here we go. Haste, run, run, run. AA is doing his thing, trying to pull these camps. You get up here, you see these creeps are out of position. Right here, at this second, you know AA is up here because these creeps were running this direction. So like, imagine like a imaginary line. Imagine an imaginary line, that was dumb. Okay, visualize a line coming from the camp to this position. That means AA is continuing on this trajectory up to here. So AA is in this direction. You know that right now, and he has to have been here in like the last couple seconds because of the timing of where these creeps are. This is a perfect opportunity for you to run up here and try and harass the Wraith King. If Wraith King stays in this wave and your Mars is paying attention and you've told him, hey, I'm coming with a fucking haste rune, then you guys should be getting ready for another easy kill on the Wraith King. You run straight up through here. You don't run horizontal. You run through here because this creep over here might see you if you run this way. You run up through here where he doesn't have vision. Pop out right here. You stun. Mars stuns. You guys get the kill. So this is a huge missed opportunity by you not running straight to the Wraith King and you actually running to the left back to the lane where the enemy creeps see you. Alright, so enemy creeps see you, the catapult sees you, Wraith King's playing safe. Stun, where's your stun? Okay, late on the stun, but okay. Okay, got a spear into it. Big bash. Too slow, too late. Alright, that's fine, get back. There's no kill there. Alright, so the skeletons are chasing you, get the skeletons off. Oh, big mistake there. Okay, You were running away from the skeletons. You turned around for no reason at all. AA is not a kill. Wraith King is not a kill. You guys have no chance of killing either of them. They have way too much health. There's absolutely no reason for you to turn around and run back north. So you just looped around and you just let the skeleton, I don't know if you saw that, but the skeletons just chunked out like 100 of your health. These skeletons are stronger than normal creeps. You can't man fight them. You need to pull these skeletons into this wave and then either get the skeletons to de-aggro on their first death to this wave of camps, or run it all the way back to your tower. Okay, you fucked up now. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So once again, you use the Fairy Fire incorrectly, you do not survive, you aggroed into the skeletons for too long, and they killed you. So same rule as Joe Fitz, you are also not allowed to buy Fairy Fires at the beginning of the game. You're just... it's a nice idea, and it's an advanced mechanic that would be cool for you guys to get later on in the season, but right now, you're misusing it every time. So both weeks, both support players are misusing the Fairy Fire, or you're not using it correctly, you're not getting the value out of it, and it's a waste of gold, and I'm seeing you put off real support items to try and get a cool outplay mid item, and you're not mid players. You're not playing P4, P5 mid, and you should stop trying. It's a neat idea. Maybe we'll practice it later, but for right now, week 3, no supports are buying Fairy Fires because it's hurting you guys trying to stay in a trade longer and then thinking the Fairy Fire is going to win you the trade, and you end up losing the trade every time. So that's not great. Maybe Mars gets a kill here. Nope, Mars can't kill. Oh, he does. Good. All right, it's nice that Mars cleans up the kill. That makes it more valuable. Mars pulls for you. That's how you know that Mars is actually a support player, is because he does a stack and pull the way you should have done it. So that's good stuff. 55 seconds, in case you were wondering. You saw it right there. 55 seconds, you pull diagonally, you get a stack and a pull. Okay, right there, good trade. You need to stay in there and right-click him. All right. So you got a stun on him, and then you only got one right-click, which is very low. Good use of the salve on your core. That's a good use of that. All right, your 2v1 or your 1v2, get out. And don't leech this XP. Get away from that. Okay. Now go back up and reinvade. Look for a kill. Alright, stun, stun, kill. Stun, stun, kill. What's going on right now? Stun. Okay. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so we'll talk about the Mars replay, but he didn't use the combo right. Mars does not know what the Mars combo is. He played it out of order, but that's not your fault, really. Your opening with the Earth Spike was correct there. Still don't have those Trank boots. This is why you don't buy the Fairy Fire. You would have Trank boots right now. Okay, Mars is out of position. Stun for him to get out. Okay, so right there, Mars is clearly going to die, or Mars is clearly going to get dove. So we'll play that in slow motion here. Okay, so right here, Mars is coming up. He's going to go 1v1 in the wave. Cool, whatever. Watching this. Right here, at this moment, Mars knows he's getting dove. Mars doesn't have his arena. He just wasted it. He probably doesn't have mana for these two things. So he's got mana for one, which is nice. Excuse me, but you can tell that Mars knows he's fucked because he's turned around and he's running away from the wave. He's not even going to try and last hit here anymore. Your job here, excuse me, is to try and stun at least two of these, or at least one, but maybe two of these people to try and get the Mars out alive. So if you die here, you've been playing here with low health, so you're out of position. If you're in lane with 200 health out of 600, you're also out of position. It doesn't matter where you are. So you can be out of position by physically being in a bad spot where you can get killed, or you can be out of position in that you're in the lane that you shouldn't even be playing with such low health that no matter where you stand in this lane, you're a liability. So you need to go for a stun right here and try and trade your life away from Mars, or maybe you can stun the AA and then both of you escape. That would be ideal. You walk up, you Earth Spike the AA, Mars probably spears the Wraith King back and he gets away. Well, let's see if this works out. But right now it looks like you're slow to react, you're not throwing the Earth Spike, and that's what's going to get Mars killed. So you walk up, you try and right click here. It's absolutely wrong. You need to be throwing the stun. So he is very clearly getting dove here. They cast the skeletons. He's about to cast the stun. He's going to throw his whole spell combo right here. He doesn't have his ice ball, but he's going to throw the other 3 spells. So he's going to cold feet, slow, because both his other 2 spells do slows. And you need to be stunning right now. This right click is a huge mistake. If Mars dies in the next 2 seconds, it's because of this right here. This right here should be a stun. You should have, as soon as you saw the AA here, you could pre-cast the Q on her, and then your character would walk up and then cast Q as soon as he gets within range. If you try and ground target it, you can technically get it a little bit earlier, but then there's the risk that you miss it, and you're probably going to miss it. So just go with the regular unit target. But you should have already done that. You should not be trying to right-click. The fact that you're right-clicking right now tells me that Mars is about to have a really bad time. Okay, so this is even worse. Not only do you throw a right-click, but then you just abandon Mars. You just run away completely without throwing your stun. You still have your fucking stun. So you run away for no reason. Run away, run away. Now it looks like you're going to throw your stun. Nope, you right-click. Okay, so you pump fake a right-click. You don't even complete it, and then you throw your stun late. Mars is going to get frozen. You don't have a Hex. You do have Hex. Okay, good Hex, but unfortunately there's 2 of them. Mars doesn't have anything anymore. Oh, does he have a stick? Mars does not have a stick, so he dies. Okay, so your play there, I'm going to tell you, cost Mars his life. He was not in a good position to begin with. Ice ball, ice ball. God damn it. Okay, so you just ate the ice ball for no reason, and okay, so AA got his level 6 off of that kill. He knew you were low, or maybe he thought Mars was just going to survive somehow. Throws the ice ball. You stand here and you watch the ice ball like skim past your face. You got hit with the ice ball. You became frostbit. I guess you didn't even know that, because then you continued to stand here in front of this grove of trees where you're clearly visible from the fucking front, and you just fed a kill to AA. So this lane went from poor to okay, you guys, or from you guys should be doing better to you're not doing great. You got 1 kill on the Wraith King when you should have probably had like 3, and now it's just terrible. You guys have both died. They're both level 6. Mars wasted his level 6 early. You're level 4, and you guys turned a very winning lane into a complete loss. Still don't even have your Tranquil Boots here at 8 minutes now. By another sentry for some reason. That's cool. And I think Ricky comes up and tries to gank, and this is where you guys go for something. Okay, interesting. Nope. Mars goes for a solo kill attempt. Doesn't get it. Wraith King has 6 anyway, so it would have been worthless. You guys are attacking the wrong person. So just like the Dragon Knight is difficult for the other guys to attack. So the problem in the other lane, because you probably didn't watch the video, is they kept trying to go on Dragon Knight. And Dragon Knight's the wrong kill. He has like 15 fucking health regen when Lena only has 2. So they could have killed Lena like 8 fucking times in that lane, and instead they tried to keep killing the Dragon Knight and kept failing over and over. And that's why bottom lane lost completely. You guys are now making the same mistake. Wraith King is very killable. Wraith King isn't nearly as tanky as the Dragon Knight until he hits 6. Once Wraith King hits level 6, you should completely stop trying to kill him in the laning phase with only 2 of you. Now, if like a third person ganks, maybe the 3 of you can kill him twice, but the chances of just the 2 of you killing him twice is like absolutely none. The chances of you killing him once before he hits level 6 is pretty good. So you want to put pressure on him in lane. You want to kill him at level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you guys did get 1 kill. You could have gotten more. But once he hits level 6, Mars should not be diving in to try and get a kill like that. He potentially baited you into then getting into a bad spot, and if someone else rotated, or if the AA was nearby and able to help turn that around, that would have been really bad for you guys. So you got to be careful about not diving the Wraith King after 6. All right, late. You're got to pull up diagonally. Okay, good stuff. Looks like you're gonna get it. Maybe the wave is here. Okay, so Ricky's here. You got none of the creeps pulled. Okay, Mars is out of position. You guys are all gonna die. Okay, Ricky got it. Good stuff. Good turn. First kill, and then second kill's not gonna happen. You should be mana draining right now, though. Yeah, that's good. All right, so with the Ricky gank, kind of glad that the Ricky was paying attention and saved the Mars, because the Mars kind of initiated oddly there, and you were way far away too. But that turned around nicely. But laning phase is over, so we'll talk about the rest during the mid game.